It's a Jets game day, baby. I am exactly sure this is definitely going to be the time we finally win a game, and I have not said that at all this season. That's probably true. That's probably true. Game day episode. NFL insider Matt Lombardo's along for the ride, and you. Let's go.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Envy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily. This is a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. And welcome to Game Day coverage, baby. We're going to have over 5+ hours of live streaming. We got Boy Green Daily right now, this pregame show. About 10 minutes before kickoff, around 12:50 today, come back over to the YouTube channel. We'll have a live watch party and play-by-play analysis of the New York Jets Carolina Panthers game. That's going to be 3+ hours. Then we come back for the post-game show for another slice of time, which should be a lot of fun. And I see this already in the chat, baby. And boy, you guys are going to appreciate this. We got members flowing, and there's good news for it. Leonardo Santos has hit the resign button, baby. You love to see it. I see Truman Dumel hit the resign button, baby. MFC gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Our number one Austrian Jets fan. Oh, that's more draft chimes that I'm going to hear in the next 48 hours as we're doing more mock drafts. That is terrific. By the way, Truman Dumel and Leonardo got their memberships back themselves, but MFC and Austrian gifted them out to the universe. MFC's yours went to T, and number one Austrian Jet fan yours went to Antonio Ambrosio. More on that in just a second as we welcome in our special guest and why those memberships mean a little bit extra today. Let's go to him. He's our NFL insider extraordinaire, Matt Lombardo, between the hash marks. There's a direct link to his Substack in the YouTube description down below. More on that in a second. Matt Lombardo joins us on a game day. Good morning, Matt.
Paul, gentlemen, how's everybody doing today? A big game day for the Jets, and unfortunately, I think it's going to get a lot worse for the Jets before it gets better.
Well, I really wish you didn't say that, Matt, but I appreciate your commitment to honesty here on the program. That is much appreciated. Sharon feels differently, giving her member shout-out prediction.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about. Sharon has been a member for 13 months on the channel. 30-17 victory. Jets, Jets. Also go Irish. I've got a Notre Dame trip coming up later this year. More on that in a bit, baby. I'm going to be honest, man. I prefer her prediction over yours, pal. I'm just going to be honest. But let's get to this right off the top rope. That any membership either purchased for yourself or gifted out to the universe will result in a special prize. Matt, explain.
Yeah, I figured this is a great time to do it. We have the NFL trade deadline coming up in a couple weeks here. If you buy a coffee club membership to Boy Green Daily or you gift one, you're going to receive 1 month free of premium all access to Between the Hash Marks. That's right. You get every 4 Downs column the next 4 Mondays. You get all of the mailbags, which our boy Paul took part in this week, getting some Jets content into the mix. The podcast with Mike Tanier and I on Tuesdays. You get full access, no credit card necessary. Check us out for a month. If you like us, you can re-up at the end of the month and become a premium subscriber moving forward. But figured, you open up the door to this community every Sunday, and I love talking Jets. I love talking football with you and the crew. I'm going to open up the door as well and give people a look around at what they can expect at Between the Hash Marks. So if you buy or gift a coffee club membership today, you're going to get 1 month free of premium access to Between the Hash Marks.
And that is on top of all the perks you normally get for the Boy Green Coffee Club. You guys will continue to get all of those features. So Leonardo, Truman, MFC, number one Austrian Jet fan, and whoever else gives memberships. All I require from you is your email. So you guys can reach out to me in a variety of ways at BoyGreen25, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube land even. You guys can drop that in the private chat if you prefer, and I will give those all to Matt, and you guys will get that premium access, which is terrific. So, folks, that's all coming around the corner, baby. So let's get into the Jets-Panthers, and then let's look ahead to that NFL trade deadline coming up, which Ian Rappaport said that perhaps the Jets could be active in. We'll see if that ends up proving true. But Jets-Panthers today here, Matt. Tell me this, if this means something or not, because I got in a heated debate with my father, who does a co-hosted show once a week. And I said, wow, interesting. The Panthers are 3-3. They're 3-0 at home, but they're 0-3 on the road. Like, that's interesting. My dad went, that doesn't mean anything. It's just completely random. They've just won games wherever they won them, and it just happens to be 0-3 here or 3-0 there. And I'm like, that's kind of oversimplifying it, Pop. That certainly means something. Now you get to be the tiebreaker here, Matt. Does that mean something or nothing?
Yeah, I think what's happening with the Panthers is that they've kind of stumbled into this identity, right? I think the first few weeks they were still trying to figure out what Bryce Young was going to be in year three. They hadn't, figured out a dominant running game. They were trying to get Teteroa McMillan more involved. But the last 2 weeks, Rico Dowdle has just become a franchise running back. And last week he broke Christian McCaffrey's franchise record for the most yards from scrimmage over a 2-week span. I think Christian McCaffrey's pretty good. Have you heard of Christian? He's pretty good, right?
Might have, yeah.
Yeah, so last week, he had 122 yards after contact, according to Pro Football Focus. And according to PFF, Bryce Young was 10 of 10 passing for 125 yards and 3 touchdowns while the Panthers were trailing. So it seems like what they're doing is they're leaning into the running game no matter what. You get behind on the scoreboard, we're going to run to set up the pass. If we're winning the game and it's late, we're going to run the ball to salt out the win. So I think if the Jets have any chance today, it's going to come down to elite tackling, right? I mean, if you're posting the kind of numbers that he is, 122 yards after contact, you better make sure that first contact sticks, right? And I think that those tackling issues that we saw a little bit against the Broncos a couple weeks ago, you're going to have to clean those up. But it's going to be a fascinating game. You would think this would be kind of the get-right game for both teams going into the season, but the Panthers are playing like world beaters right now, so this could be a challenge today.
Now, in Madden, this would be really good news. Chuba Hubbard's coming back, and he's the guy that the Panthers paid a bunch of money to. So you just have, in theory, another really good running back. So the running attack was already here. Now it should be higher because it's better. But we've got human beings out there, and while they've both been saying the right things throughout the week, listening to Panthers media of like, who cares who starts, who cares who gets a rock, like that sort of matters. Rico Dowdle has had the luxury of just getting the rock a lot, and he's clearly delivered for the Panthers. But now their star running back is back in the fold. He has no injury designation for this game. How does that work out? Could that be a bad rub, or is that going to be all good news for Carolina?
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting how Dave Canales handles this, right? Do you continue riding the hot hand? Do you continue riding the running back who is becoming a focal point of your offense's identity, or do you split the carries? That's one of those really interesting storylines to watch as the game plays out. I'm not sure the locker room dynamic between those two guys, but I think just as far as a game plan situation goes, if I'm Canales, I'm leaning into Dowdle, and I'm spelling him with Hubbard. And you might have stumbled into a Detroit Lions style backfield duo with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, where you kind of have the pounder and you have the slasher. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the Jets counter that. Especially with the deadline coming up, you're going to have some defensive players who, as much as they say they block out the noise, these guys are on social media. These guys are watching ESPN. These guys are hearing it in the types of questions that are coming in the locker room from beat reporters. This is a bit of a showcase game for some big-name players on that defense who, whether they want to be a Jet moving forward or if they want to, kind of hear the whispers that there are some contending teams that might be looking for help on defense, put a big game up against the Panthers 2 weeks before the deadline. It could punch a ticket.
Yeah. Now this is an inherently unfair question, man, and I'm putting you in a terrible position. But what the hell? Let's throw you in.
That's what I'm here for. That's why I wake up early on Sundays, right?
Beautiful. Well, I'm glad that you feel so becoming of it. So here's the thing. This week, Dave Canales was asked about Sauce Gardner. And, the reporter phrased the question like, man, Sauce Gardner's been awesome this year in tight window throws and things of that nature. How do you combat that as an offensive mind? And he gave this long, blee, blah, blue explanation. But in the middle of it, he says, hey, man, Sauce Gardner's aggressive. He's not afraid of a penalty or two. And as a Jets fan, and I heard that, I immediately cocked my head because, Sauce has been called the PI merchant, and there's been some penalty jokes with Sauce. Was Dave Canales poking a little jab at Sauce Gardner, or is that sort of a compliment saying how aggressive he is, like, or is it both? Like, what is that, Matt Lombardo?
Yeah, I think it could be a little bit of both. I think it could be a little bit of like, hey, just some fun bulletin board material for one of the top cornerbacks in the league. But it also could be a message to his locker room and his wide receivers, like, hey, man, just be ready. This kid could he can get a little grabby. You know what I mean? Or let's throw his direction when you see him grab a jersey, or kind of bumping a little bit past 5 yards line, past the line of scrimmage. Well, let's try to draw some of those flags out of the walking penalty flag.
Yeah, that was very interesting kind of verbiage there, Dave Canales. We'll see how that factors in. And by the way, the Panthers deserve an absolute lot of credit. It was a surprising pick to me, although I've talked to a few Carolina people this week, and it was not surprising to them. I'm a big draft geek, as I've mentioned before, and boy, is that a better year than any with the Jets winless. So great. My passions will be inflamed. They're going to throw logs on those fires. I can't wait for that. But, Carolina, I thought they were going to be taking a defender at the top of the draft. They surprised me anyway and take Tedero McMillan. I'm like, oh, interesting. This will be an interesting eval. And he's been really good this year. I'm curious sort of the national perspective here on Carolina. Carolina doesn't get a lot of attention in general, but then they have this big boy wide receiver. Jalen Coker's coming back for the first time this season. He has been on injured reserve, so we have not seen him yet either. So some pass catches there for Bryce Young.
Yeah, and going in, I thought Emeka Egbuka would be a tremendous fit there. He winds up going to Tampa Bay in the same division. The thought process is you have a young quarterback, go get him weapons, go get him the pieces that he needs to make that step. And McMillan has just been terrific. He's a big-bodied, possession receiver in the red zone, but he's got enough speed to break it open after the catch if you need him to as well. Just off to a terrific start to the season. And I think Carolina overall, well, like we said, they're trying to find that identity, but I think that there's enough young talent there to facilitate Bryce Young taking the leap, and he's starting to. And if you get the Bryce Young you've got in the last 2 or 3 games the rest of the way, okay, they could be a team that plays their way into a wild card conversation this year. But if nothing else, if the seat was starting to warm up a little bit on Canales, that temperature has gotten turned down significantly based on what we've seen from Bryce Young.
Is Bryce Young a franchise quarterback, or is he a bust?
I don't think he's a bust anymore.
Okay.
I think that, I think he's starting to shed that label. I don't know that you can, call him and crown him a franchise quarterback at this point. But I think that the connection with McMillan, having a running game now, he's starting to really feel himself from the pocket. I think that this was a show me something year for Bryce Young coming into it. And he's starting to check some boxes, especially over the last few weeks.
All right, let's play a game, Matt Lombardo. Come on, people behind the scenes, hit it. All right, I don't, but nonetheless, we will use it. Matt, let's play a game. The NFL trade deadline is coming up. It's Tuesday, November 4th, and the Jets at 0-6. Well, they're likely to be featured in some form or fashion in this NFL trade deadline. Matt, you're an NFL insider extraordinaire. Okay, that's how you butter your bread. That's how you feed your family. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to throw you a couple of names out there in the universe, and you tell me a fit potentially for that player. Are you ready, Matt Lombardo?
I'm ready. Bring it.
All right, well, let's go to the most talked about name out there in the universe. New York Jets running back Breece Hall.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of sources about this going into the week, actually coming off your mailbag question on Friday. And the overall consensus about the Jets was that the only trades they should make should be unloading contracts, unloading players with expiring contracts, and really trying to get some draft capital moving forward. There's nobody more valuable on that roster right now than Breece Hall. And the team that I think makes a lot of sense is the Dallas Cowboys, especially if they win today over the Washington Commanders and the Eagles lose to the Minnesota Vikings. Suddenly there's a very real open window in the NFC East. And if you think back, to the summertime when the Cowboys made the blockbuster trade, sending Micah Parsons to the Packers, Jerry Jones vowed to use the additional draft capital to fix the roster, to get upgrades, to add, to buy. Dak Prescott's having an MVP caliber season, and Javonte Williams is a nice piece. He's averaging like 5.6 yards per carry. They just lost Miles Sanders for the season. You drop Hall into that offense with CeeDee Lamb coming back, with George Pickens rising to the moment, with Ferguson, the tight end, making big plays. It just feels like this is too good a match for the Cowboys not to trade like a second or third round pick for Breece Hall and really make a run at this thing.
That would be juicy, and I hope that we could get that, because Connor Hughes was saying that he thinks, from some of the people he's talked to, and everyone has different sources, he's like, maybe a fifth-round pick, maybe a fourth-round pick if there's a bidding war. So I like your value a lot better than the one I heard from that one. Let's get another one here. Let's go defense. Linebacker Quincy Williams. Now, currently he's on injured reserve, but he's supposed to, according to Rich Cimini's sourcing this morning, he's expected to start practicing next week and make that return. He is able to be activated off of IR next week, thus being eligible to be traded with 2 weeks to the trade deadline. What about linebacker Quincy Williams, Matt Lombardo?
Yeah, I'm not sure, and I wrote about this extensively in 4 Downs last Monday, how Jason Licht and the Panthers have done a tremendous job building out their roster on the back end of the draft. They just seem to cycle through late-round draft picks who become instant contributors and borderline stars immediately. But I think if there's a need on that roster right now in Tampa Bay, it's at linebacker. I think it makes a lot of sense for them to flip a fourth or a fifth round pick, or maybe something a little bit later, to bring Quincy Williams in, really stabilize that front seven, especially when you're still staring down the barrel at not one but 2 more matchups this year against Bijan Robinson and the Falcons in a division that's gotten a little bit tighter. So I think Tampa Bay makes a lot of sense for Quincy Williams. But after Fred Warner got hurt and after he's lost for the year in San Francisco, the 49ers might be the match made in heaven, because they're like a walking MRI machine. That's kind of what they've become. They have this all-pro MASH unit on IR. If you put their injured reserve on the field, they're a bunch of Pro Bowlers and all-pro players, but they're still somehow right in the mix, first place or second place in the NFC West. Getting Quincy Williams out there, stabilizing the linebacking core. San Francisco makes a lot of sense too. So I think the Buccaneers and 49ers will be 2 teams to watch there.
And I imagine as we go through any additional defenders in this game here, that the 49ers could be listed, because Robert Saleh would love nothing more than, I'm sure, to raid the Jets' pantries for anything that's there.
It's a great point, too.
In the cupboard, as the former DC there. Again, everybody, I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm here with NFL insider Matt Lombardo. We have a couple hundred people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe on YouTube. We have a Jets-Panthers game day preview happening here on the show. We're doing a quick detour, playing an NFL game. And this NFL game is where I throw names that could potentially be moved at the NFL trade deadline for the New York Jets, and Matt Lombardo is providing perfect fits and potential values and things that he's hearing around the league. So, hey, we talked about one Williams brother. What about another one? Quinnen Williams, who is one of the best players on the Jets roster, quite frankly, and yet, with the Jets at 0-6, they're sort of at a fork in the road. Where do they see this rebuild? Is Quinnen, the flag bearer for this team, Jet for life, so to speak, or is this an opportunity to potentially accelerate the rebuild? What do you think about Quinnen Williams for the Jets?
Let's go back to Dallas, right? Because Jerry Jones, we heard the Quinnen Williams whispers before and immediately after the Micah Parsons blockbuster that he was the player as part of a package that the Cowboys really wanted to try and pry away. They had interest in the preseason. Maybe the price comes down just a little bit, but you have the 2 first-round picks. You have a lot of draft capital. And there's a bit of irony that Micah Parsons gets traded by Jerry Jones, who wants to fix the Cowboys' run defense. And Dallas is currently 29th against the run. So you drop in Quinnen Williams. Again, if you're trying to maximize this great season that Dak Prescott is having, you can't be getting gashed in the ground game every single week. So I think Dallas makes a lot of sense here, especially if they trade a second-round pick, maybe one of those 2 firsts if you can get it. But I also think the Bears makes some sense, because they just keep trying to find ways to win. Caleb Williams is getting better, but that went right down to the wire in Washington on Monday night, and the defense struggled to get off the field in some big spots. They create a lot of takeaways, but they also give up some long drives. Drop him in the middle of that front seven, and I'll give you kind of a sleeper outside slim chance for Quentin Williams?
All right.
The Cincinnati Bengals. They found a way with Joe Flacco, right? There's not a lot of money there, but if they're serious about hanging around until Joe Burrow gets back and healthy, if they think that they can keep pace with the Steelers or even overtake them in the AFC North, maybe you flip a draft pick for Quentin Williams and fix an offensive line that was a defensive line rather that was just getting bullied and pushed around by the Steelers' offensive line on Thursday night. Cincinnati could be a sleeper team to watch if there's a Quentin Williams sweepstakes that develops.
Interesting, yes. And Rich Cimini of ESPN, covering the Jets for 30-plus years, says, if the storyline doesn't happen ahead of the trade deadline for Quentin, that it's clearly an off-season storyline where the Jets regroup, reassess, and then allow a proper bidding war without the pressure of time so they can try to get the best deal that could possibly come into play. Let's go another Jets defender, and I hate seeing this name on the list. I'm going to be blunt. Jermaine Johnson. Ian Rappaport mentioned him again in his trade article this morning, saying that he could be a guy that gets moved, former first-round draft choice. He just returned to the lineup last week for the Jets and had great results for the Jets in terms of their defensive play. They did not get the win. What about Jermaine Johnson here, Matt Lombardo?
Yeah, I think you're looking at NFC contenders because you could make a great argument that the Bills should pick up the phone and make this happen today. But if you're the Jets, you're not trading Jermaine Johnson within that division. It's not happening. So I look at three teams. I look at the Philadelphia Eagles, the 49ers again, and the Detroit Lions. And we'll start in Philadelphia, where they had Za'Darius Smith retire out of the blue a week and a half ago. And I know Howie Roseman, for a fact, is actively shopping for edge rush help. So Jermaine Johnson will make a lot of sense there on a defense that's kind of taken its licks the last couple of weeks, needs to figure out how to get right. You infuse a young, rising pass rusher after letting Josh Sweat walk in free agency. Jermaine Johnson could be an immediate upgrade and quality starter for that Eagles front seven. San Francisco, their injuries have been well documented, but they needed edge rush help dating back even before Nick Bosa got hurt. They needed that complementary second weapon. You mentioned the familiarity with Robert Saleh. This is one of the players that he obviously had a hand in drafting high, had a lot of influence over, obviously a Saleh favorite. We saw Bryce Huff land in that system in San Francisco and start to make some impact plays. You could see a similar uptick in production from Jermaine Johnson in San Francisco. And the Detroit Lions, they had the injury calamity last year on defense that derailed them. Right now, they're still looking for that second pass rusher. They're still looking for somebody to help Aiden Hutchinson out. And Hutchinson is kind of, I'm not going to say lost his step, but it seems like he's taking some time getting back from that injury. Not quite the same explosiveness that we saw. Johnson and Hutchinson, that's an electrifying, dynamic, prolific, disruptive duo in Detroit. So I think the Eagles, Lions, and 49ers would be ideal landing spots for Jermaine Johnson. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those deals winds up happening because deadlines spur action. And we can talk about wanting to start a bidding war in the offseason. These teams might be more apt to overpay now, especially if you're talking to a first-place team trying to get over the hump.
Yes, an anonymous NFL general manager told Connor Hughes of SNY that if he was in need of a pass rusher, and he is not, he said he would give up a third-round pick for Jermaine Johnson. And he said if he was really desperate, maybe a second. And I'm like, fuck that offer, quite frankly. Hell no. That's not enough for me. No friggin' way. So I hope the Jets hang up the phone on that imaginary offer and, get rid of that one. But, Matt, let's go to one last name here. This may be the most tradable asset the New York Jets have. One of the most valuable pieces, quite frankly. Allen Lazard.
We're going Allen Lazard here? All right.
Yeah. Can we get anything, quite frankly? Yeah.
How about a conditional seventh-round pick from the Quateri Senior Living Institute in East Rutherford?
Wow. Okay. That's
luxury retirement community at its finest in the shadow of MetLife Stadium. In all seriousness, Lazard came to Florham Park following Aaron Rodgers, wanting to get paid. Hey, pick up the phone and call the Steelers. Pick up the phone, see if you can shake a tree and a sixth-round pick falls out, because we saw Pat Fryermuth catch 2 touchdowns. We saw the big dude, Washington, catch a touchdown as a tight end. Darnell Washington caught a touchdown on Thursday night. They like to run 4 and 5 tight end sets because they don't have a number 2 wide receiver behind DK Metcalf. The Steelers might need a wide receiver. Lazard knows Aaron Rodgers really well. If you want to keep him in the Garden State, Joe Shane is reportedly calling around on receiver help. Maybe he can get a 6th-round pick from the Giants, and he can step in and help Jackson Dart do something.
Maybe. Cut the music. That's enough. I don't. Alan Lazard, and unfortunately, if we get the report later as anticipated on Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard will be one of the key contributors for the New York Jets passing attack today, which scares the bejesus out of all of us, quite frankly. And there you go. But thanks for playing that weird game. For people that are going, what the hell is going on here? What we just did is gave NFL insider Matt Lombardo a couple of names that could be flipped at the NFL trade deadline from the New York Jets. What are fits? What could they go for? What is he hearing and things of that nature? But let's wrap up here, Matt, on our going back to getting to the Jets-Panthers conversation. Then we'll open up the phone lines after Matt departs and gets ready for his NFL game day here. Jets-Panthers, give it to us straight. What's your prediction or any storylines or nuggets that we have not addressed yet on this matchup that you wanted to share to the people?
Yeah, I think it's all going to come down to 2 things. I think it's going to come down to stopping Rico Dowdle and pressuring Bryce Young into some mistakes. And, you could talk about the defense, swarming and creating a couple turnovers in London against the Broncos. That needs to show up again because unlike Denver, I don't think that there's a built-in identity to withstand the adversity of a couple turnovers from Bryce Young in Carolina. Score points off those turnovers. Make them count. I have a feature up on Between the Hash Marks right now on the turnover kings across the NFL, and it's remarkable to see teams like the Jaguars, teams like the Bears. They're winning because they're not just creating takeaways, they're turning them into touchdowns. So if the Jets can start to do some of those things, especially today against a team that's still trying to figure out who and what they are, that could be a big key for the Jets. But I think as far as predictions go, I still kind of like Carolina. I don't think it's going to be a lot of offense. I think it could be something like 20-16. But it's going to come down to, for the Jets, big picture, this year hasn't worked out the way that they expected. Even without the progress from Aaron Glenn, you're going to want to see some of these big-name players have big games today going into the deadline because if you write off 2025, if you start collecting draft picks in 2026 and 2027, you can start to have the draft capital that if you take a quarterback like Fernando in Indiana, number 1 overall, and you can build around him with a wide receiver that you get from an additional 1st-round pick in one of these trades, now you're starting to cook with some gas. You're going to have some money coming up in a year or two. But as far as today's game goes, I think it's going to be close. Anybody's game, really. I kind of lean Carolina in this one, though.
Fair enough. We always appreciate you shooting us straight. Matt Lombardo, there is a direct link to your Substack, mattlombardo.nfl.substack.com, in the YouTube description down below. And again, to all the new Boy Green Coffee Club members on the show today so far, and whoever come the rest of the show, you'll get a month of premium access as a special gift on top of your Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. So, guys, enjoy that. That should be a lot of fun. Matt, as always, thank you, pal.
Great time, Paul. Always enjoy it.
There he is, Matt Lombardo, our NFL insider extraordinaire, joins us every game day here on the channel. Shout out to everybody who's here as well there in the chat. Let's play a quick timeout, then we'll take your phone calls on a game day episode of Boy Green Daily. Let's talk some Jets Panthers, baby.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. All right. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S. Let's go!
I'm feeling it, folks. Of course, you see me representing one of my favorite jerseys in my collection. I've got a lot of jerseys in the closet, but one of my favorites is the Darrelle Revis Pro Bowl jersey. Oh, yeah, baby. The old Reebok days. I love this jersey, and it's good to mix it up. I'm feeling it. I think the Jets get their first win of the season, baby, and they kick some Carolina Panthers ass. Let's go. By the way, the phone lines are open. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. If you'd like to call into today's show, feel free to do so. Also, give a special shout out to everyone who's watching on the YouTube. We have 100 people watching in on YouTube right now. Of the couple hundred people that are in the room, we also stream live on our Twitter and Facebook pages. But we only have 30 likes. 100 people watching on YouTube. Hit the like button. Help spread the gospel of all things Boy Green Daily here on the friggin' show, baby. Come on now. Let's go. That's a free way to contribute. Shout out to DT, Dylan Terramans here in the chat. Very nice. MFC. Guys, feel free to let your Jets-Panthers predictions fly in the comments section as well. Appreciate you. Yes. Oh, yes. This guy's been... Oh, well, we got a couple of callers coming in. Let's go first to Donald. What's up, Donald?
What's up?
Hey, man. It's good to see you on the show. What's up, man?
Not much. Hey, look, I got a good, quick question, though.
All right.
And that's what I want to know.
Sure.
All right. So say if we go into Carolina today, or if we in New York today, or in Carolina, there's in New York. Say we pick up this win, right?
Yeah.
Do that still have anything to do with the trades being said that we have trades that's outlined to be traded from the team?
It's a good question. It's a good
I
question.
don't really want to see nobody get traded for real, because we have such a great set of teammates to let them develop. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's all the Jets ever do is just get rid of players when they doing bad. They don't ever get a chance to develop anybody. Like, I want to see them develop. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, Donald, I would say this. If the Jets win today, I don't think we see some crazy fire sale. Instead, maybe the Jets can build some momentum here and start pushing that moving forward. So I agree with you, man. I think this game with a win, and I think that's totally on the table, this is an eminently winnable game for the New York Jets. I think if you win, you turn some of the momentum and you turn down some of those trade calls, quite frankly, Donald.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see.
Me too, brother. Me too. Thanks for calling in, pal. Appreciate you. Let's get that Jets win, baby. Come on now. Let's do it. J-E-T-S.
J-E-T-S. Jets.
Yes.
I love Matt. I love having Matt on the show. There's nothing that pains me more than on a game day episode we're saying, hey, do you want to sell off some of your furniture for the future? Oh, no, I was actually talking about the game today that's happening. Yeah, but what about the next 5 years of your life? Yeah, but again, there's a game today. The Jets play the Panthers, MetLife Stadium. It's happening. It's 1 o'clock. What are we talking about trades or this or that? I don't want to talk about the future. I want to talk about the present. Right now, we're all alive. Let's win a gosh darn game for Pete's sake. So, with all due respect, I hope it's less about trade this, trade that. Let's win some games. I hate that a couple of the shows this week, hey, did you hear about this trade rumor with the Jets? Hey, did you hear about this trade rumor? How about did you hear about this winning streak, baby? That's what I want to be talking about. Let's go to the phone lines. Hap, you're up next. What's up, Hap?
Hey, guys. Hey, Paul. Hey, you know what? This is a big game.
Yeah.
You know, we're going into the soft part of our schedule now, and this is where we were supposed to win. And I think AG took a lot of hits, and he's really on the ropes right now. So he's putting everything in. This is it. You know, we're going to see if we start playing well, and even if we don't run the table, but if we really just play well in every game and we see improvement, then I don't think we're getting rid of a lot of people. I think we're probably going to try to really start building for next year. Now, does Breece Hall have a possibility of an extension?
I think now there's been some great debate about this, but I think if Breece Hall, who's played fairly well this season for what he can control, it's not his fault the Jets didn't throw him a ball last week. He was both seventh and this was like a week. This doesn't count the Broncos game, but he was seventh in rushing and seventh in receiving among running back. So like his production has been there when given the opportunity. I feel like if Brees turns it around, and then you're like, man, we don't know what Braylon Allen's health situation is moving forward. Hopefully, he's going to be okay coming back from this. But like that, you can make a compelling case that like, hey, why don't you keep Brees Hall? Whether it's a franchise tag for the money or, you work out a mini 2 or 3 year extension and then he's there for your young quarterback. Wouldn't that be beneficial? Wouldn't that be helpful? We've debated all sides here of like, I got to trade him. But like when I hear that the value's a 5th round pick, maybe a 4th, like suck it, pal. I know Jalen Saunders and other terrible Jets 4th round picks that like got cut in their rookie years. And we're going to talk about trading away Brees, who we know what he is. Versus some mystery package of a 4th round pick that can maybe be half as good as Brees Hall. That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, the more I hear that value, hey, if Matt's right, we're talking about a 2nd or 3rd, then the Jets have to have serious conversations they're building. Yeah. But a 4th and 5th, I don't think so.
Yeah, 2nd and 3rd, I would go consider that. But, I mean, I'm not trading them for a used Band-Aid. I mean, what the hell? What's the point of that,
Yeah, absolutely not. So, like, that's what I hope, that the Jets have that cover. Okay, there's some players on the team, like if Tony Adams gets traded for a used Band-Aid, well, all right. I've always needed a used Band-Aid, I guess. But, like, but legitimate players on the team, I'm not just giving them away. This isn't a closing business sale. Hey, 31 teams, come grab whatever you'd like. And then you just come to the register and just tell me a random price. And sure, that works, I guess. Like, I'm not doing that kind of yard sale. So hopefully the Jets have, sort of a line in the sand here with a lot of these deals, and they wouldn't do it unless it's crazy.
Did we exhaust the tags on him already?
Who? Brees?
On Brees, yeah.
No. So they will have transition tag, franchise tag, exclusive tag, non-exclusive tag. So they have a multitude of tags they will be able to use after this year, which will be, we'll have to see what the number is because it depends on a year-to-year basis. But, we're talking about a 1-year deal for between 13 and 15 million or something. And like, I don't know, like the Jets are going to have plenty of money. Like if you're just going to light it on fire, why not dedicate a little bit of that to Brees? I don't know.
Well, our other 2 running backs are on the rookie deal, so I mean, we got them for dead cheap. Why not keep them on?
That's a good point.
And I think it would it would help the young quarterback out.
For sure.
The only thing that I would be concerned maybe is Brees fed up. That's the only thing.
Well, that's right. Those are going to be things they know in that building that we don't know, that we can't play in that sandbox. Because, right, does Brees really want to be here? The free 20? But then Brees explained that it just meant like him reaching another level. So he said it had nothing to do with the trade deadline. But we're always interpreting cryptic comments, so we never know. So, right, if Brees in there like hates being here, then I guess the Jets will have to inform that into their decision. But if he's like, hey, man, I want to be here, which is what he said at the podium, then okay, let's find a way.
Okay, let's get this win, fellas. Let's turn it around. Let's do the ascension, not the crashing.
Yeah, that's 100%. Thanks, Hep, for the call. Appreciate that, buddy. I see Dylan Terraman throwing in this comment here. BG, if we see the Week 4 offense and the Week 6 defense from the Jets, would it surprise anyone if they went 5-6 over the last 11? I think we are so prisoners of the moment in Jets land when the Jets haven't won a game yet. So it's impossible right now for a lot of people to see wins because we haven't won yet. But if you win one, then all of a sudden you're like, man, we just did that. Okay, if we do this and this and this and this, and then all of a sudden people could start to believe. So I think it's about getting that first one, quite frankly, getting over that hump. Everyone gets a win. It's going to be celebratory for the Jets. With all due, like it's not like, oh man, we just won the Super Bowl, but like it'll be an exciting moment for this team that hasn't had much to cheer about all year in terms of wins and losses, obviously. So I think that'll be a rallying cry for everybody. So DT, it's just about consistency. Specifically to Week 6, is the defense we saw, is that sustainable? Is the special teams we saw sustainable? If so, that's something to build on for the Jets today. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hop on Pop America. USA joining us on the show. What's up, Pop?
Hey now, good morning coffee club. Okay. And how about them Irish?
Okay, which hey, I can't wait for that. I don't think we've announced it on the show before, but
let's roll. So the father-son trip, there's been plenty this year, but the official one will be Boy Green and I are going to the Holy Land. We're going to South Bend, Indiana, on the hallowed ground, and we're going to watch Syracuse Notre Dame play the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So that's the trip.
I know Sharon's going to be very excited about it. She's a massive Irish fan, massive Boy Green fan in the chat. So when she hears that, she's going to lose her mind. But yes, we've never been there before. Father raised me as a Notre Dame Golden Domer, and now to see it a touchdown, Jesus, Rudy, and all that. Oh man, it's going to be hard to take it all in under whatever time restraints that we're there for to try to embrace it all. But yes, every year me and my dad do a Father's Day trip. But it's not always on Father's Day. It's just a trip that we get to reunite, come together. And you're right, we've had a couple of those this year, which have been pretty terrific. So, hey, third time's the charm, baby, or fourth or fifth, wherever we're at here on numbers wise. That's not normally my specialty. So, but that should be exciting.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just quickly for the Cowboys, the only trade the Cowboys should do with the Jets, and I don't think it's overpaying Quentin Williams, a first and a fourth. That's my opportunity to trade for him to come join the Dallas Cowboys. Brees Hall, no, thank you, no, thank you. Hard pass. If he was on the side of the road, I would not pick him up. So, and it's not. We just don't. It's not a need. Why would you sign somebody? The rushing attack is decent, and it's better than the Jets. And I would say that there's no reason for them to get Brees Hall, and then you just create a problem next year that they don't need to have. They got plenty of them. So he's not the solution. I think he is the solution for some. To answer your question, he's 11th in the league in rushing. He's 17th in the league in receptions for running backs. So it's middle of the pack-ish. I think the Jets should keep him if he's willing to take a reasonable salary. And the problem is he's probably unlikely to take a reasonable salary. I said it before, and I was scoffed at by – so everybody self-reflect at everyone scoffing at how much I said Brees Hall was worth. My number stands true. He's an $8 million a year running back, no more. And everyone, they're like, he's going to be the best running back in the NFL. He's in the top in fantasy, blah, blah. How'd that work out? It didn't. You were wrong. So I do think he's a valuable player. I do think he could help the quarterback of the future. He's not going to demand Saquon Barkley money, which is why he left the Giants. They didn't feel they could keep him. So if he's willing to take a reasonable salary, right, and I think $8 million a year is reasonable for where he is because he brings a lot to the table. No Brees Hall hate at all. If they don't think, and that you're exactly right, you would have a feel by how the player interacts with the team, what he's willing to take. The Jets know how much they're willing to spend on him right now. The Jets know what his feeling is about the team right now.
Sure.
And so if you have both of those data points, that's okay. Now we're going to go trade him to get a draft pick because now we get something as opposed to nothing. We're not going to sign him for $15 million a year. We're not going to sign him for $12 million a year. And frankly, he really doesn't want to be here. If they have that information, then they should use it. Someone is going to want him. He can definitely help a team out there that needs it. And so he has value. It's not Brees Hall hate. He's not who the second coming of the Messiah, but he is 100% value add running back. And what's the best thing for the Jets long term? That's the real decision. Would he be willing to stay in a long term fair deal? I'm not saying a team friendly deal. I'm saying a fair deal. Or does he want to go else and try the grass somewhere else greener? I don't know. But that's my take on the signings. And I hope I don't know who thought the week 4 offense was good. What game was that? Somebody just said that.
What would that be? Oh my God, my brain is. It was after the Tampa game, so before the Cowboys game. Man, it's escaping me. I'm not sure. Yeah, Miami. Yes.
Yeah. So that wasn't a gig in the offense. It was a good game when they were down 14 some odd points.
Oh,
it's the truth. Go look at the stats. If the Jets' fourth quarter offense shows up in last week's defense, they will win the game 1,000%. If their first 3 quarters offense for this entire year, except the Pittsburgh game, shows up, it's going to be rough seas ahead.
Let me answer this real quick, because Old Yank is asking, is Braylon Allen out for the season? I can't remember. It's not official that he's out for the season, but there's a realistic path that he's out for the season. The earliest he return is December. And again, if you're whatever your record is at this point, are you rushing Braylon Allen back on the field to play him? So, yes.
For what? Right. For what? We're very confident. You know what you have with Braylon Allen. His full potential, we don't know, but is his full potential going to be recognized by a team that's, let's say in December, they're, I don't know, let's say they're 6-8. Is there sense for bringing back for those last 3 games? No, and so I don't see him on the field again. Does it
This
make
season,
sense?
probably. Right.
This season. It doesn't make sense. So, but because you know what you have, you know what you have. And, to Hep's point, it's actually, in my opinion, the opposite, that you have those 2 running backs on rookie deals would be a reason not to sign Breece Hall, is the other flip side of the coin, right? That's when you could spend money in other places. That's why the 49ers, who are somehow with duct tape and bubble gum putting this team together that's playing very well despite significant injuries, they got that because for years Brock Purdy was on this cheapy cheap, right? And I don't think Brock Purdy's the second coming, but I think in that scheme he's phenomenal. And on the almost nothing rookie quarterback contract, they were able to build the rest of the team, use that leverage with the philosophy on the running backs on a lesser scale for the Jets. That's my recommendation.
I think I just saw a bald eagle fly over you. I think I heard Real American in the background, the Hulkster spirit back there. Wow. Let's go full screen here for America. Wow. Quite a shot here, Pop.
America, absolutely. Greatest
USA.
country in the world.
Yep, that's what I've heard. Pop, thanks as always for gracing us with your presence, and I'm sure we'll see you during the live watch party and play-by-play.
Absolutely. Everyone have a great day.
There he is, Pop, joining us here on the show. America. All right. I just feel like running through a brick wall when we start getting those USA chants going on. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Wait, what is this? Whoop, sorry about that. Mr. Famous Fulton, you have your
Good
Indiana
morning.
banner on.
Yeah,
there
are
go,
you
baby.
one?
Yes.
So
Fernando, yeah, a lot of Jet fans have been circling him here. Yes.
Yes, yep. I'm happy for the win yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was a great opportunity to go to IU football game for the first time. And it was a great experience, but we had rain coverage going on, and it was like pouring down rain, and then it said it was suspended to the game, and then it got delayed on the scoreboard.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed all that, Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yep, and this is what we got for the homecoming.
Oh,
you
wait,
can
let me
see.
go full screen here for you. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Yeah. Back that up a little, Mr. Famous Fulton. Let me see.
Yep.
There we go. 800,000. Nice. All right, beautiful. Nice.
Yep, for the homecoming.
Okay, good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yep. You ready for your Jets today?
Yes, we're going to get our first dub of the season, and then your Colts have been kicking Patuki, so we'll see if you could go 6-1, beating the Chargers.
Yeah.
That'll be a good game later, man.
Yep, and IU football is like 7-0 this time.
Oh, okay.
Undefeated, so
hey,
there's a chance we can win the whole thing.
Hey, fingers crossed for you, buddy. We'll be rooting for you.
Yep, sounds great. And let you know if you can come stop by to Indiana sometime.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And we'll
Thanks
get you some tickets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hook up. I appreciate that, Mr. Famous Fulton. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome. Thank you.
There he is, Mr. Famous Fulton. Wow. Okay. Terrific. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. He's eating some breakfast. Hopefully it's pretty good. Neil.
Yeah, a little bagel and
nice.
Wash it down with some cigar.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's a beautiful combination. What's going on at a game day, Neil?
Well, I pulled one of this old relic out.
I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, it's like a half sleeve.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's a different one. You don't see often.
Yeah.
One thing about your pops that, he's missing the point on.
Okay.
If you took the best running back in football and put him on the Jets, he would be worse than Breece Hall. Okay. The reality is we don't target the guy. He hasn't.
That's true.
He didn't get a single target
First
last
time
week.
in his career. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If you put Breece Hall with Kyle Shanahan, he's better than Christian McCaffrey, probably.
Wow.
Or right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to hear how, he's a middle of the road player. Look what happened to Barkley when he left the Giants. That's a perfect example.
True. Yeah.
With
That's
the
a good point.
Giants, he was average.
Yep.
With the Eagles, he was running. Forget it. He was running wild.
Greatest season ever for a running back. Yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I had a couple clients go to the Notre Dame game, and they're very happy.
I've never gone, so that should be a
flying
trip.
back private. I have the flying on the private jet there, private jet
nice.
back.
Oh wow.
One of my clients is a Jet fan, so I said, at least you got one winning game. Hopefully we get a win today.
Yeah.
And he texted me back, LFG. It's nice. It's nice when you see a win once in a while. When you unfortunately, I don't have a college team. Do you, Paul?
I do for my dad. It's Notre Dame, and then I've lived here in Syracuse since 2008. So by nature, I've had to cover them, and so I've sort of become a fan of them as well.
How did your dad become a Notre Dame fan?
That's a great question. I'll have to get that origin story of how it happened, or if it just sort of happened by circumstance of being, a college football fan in the 70s and 80s, and he just stumbled into Notre Dame. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to get him back on for that later.
I got a hard no thank you for that quarterback there. What's his name?
Who at Indiana you're talking about?
Who's the Miranda?
Oh, yeah. Fernando Mendoza is the Indiana kid. Yeah.
No thank you.
Okay.
No thank you. I saw a picture of him. He looks like a baby. I don't want a guy that can't grow facial hair to be on our team. Is that
as
fair?
a fellow facial haired guy? I guess that certainly
is that fair. Can we get a quarterback that kind of looks like a quarterback and not like a high school player?
Does anyone currently look like that? Is there someone that fits your dating profile there?
No. My dating profile. That's good, Paul. I just say I know what I don't want. I don't know what I do want because I'm not a college guy. I don't deal with the draft.
Okay. Right. Yes.
I'm not a draft guy. So look, I'm hoping to see a lot of tight ends today on the field.
Sure,
that's what I want to see, Paul.
We're gonna need to.
I want to see the Colts guy that we got. I want to see Stone Smart. Yes.
Yep.
I want to see 47 in the backfield. I want to see 2 running backs and 1 receiver. That's all I want to see.
Okay.
Jumbo package, not the jumbo package, because when you put the jumbo package out there, what does that tell the defense? You're going to run the ball.
They're running the ball.
Right. So what the hell? Look, what's his name? The tight end from Long Island.
Oh, Jeremy Ruckert. Yeah.
Ruckert is as good a blocker as you're going to put a lineman out there. Same thing with Taylor. You bring in Stone Smart. Could he be a bad blocker? Could the Colt guy be a bad blocker? They're big guys, right?
Yeah, right.
So when you're running the ball, I'm assuming they're better blockers than Arian Smith or Alan Lazard.
I can only
Even
hope.
though everybody talks about what a great blocker Alan Lazard is.
Right.
But the point being, if we really have to come out with a different, I'd like to see something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
We have to come out.
Why not?
Right. Bring up, what you call it? What was that package that Miami used to run? The Wildcat. Let's see the Wildcat.
Why not? We haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, come on. Let's have some fun. Let's throw a curveball at this team and say, what the F is going on here? They're running this way. They're running that way. They got 2 tight ends. Who we covering? A tight end. Put Brees in the slot. Put the tight ends on the line. Put Isaiah Davis in the backfield. Mix it up, Paul.
Why not?
See some creativity, for Christ's sake. Can we see one jet sweep this year? One jet sweep? One. Not an end around where the guy's 15 yards
straight to the line of scrimmage. Right. I like that. Yeah.
Snap the ball and go like this. When they snap it and they throw it like a
get him speed. Right. The end around is all kinds of negative, bad.
For that. Put him in there. That's where he can run around the end. He's fast.
That's it, Neil. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right. Let's get some offensive creativity. Angstram, I'm not happy with, Angstram to me, his grade the last 2 weeks is a solid big fat F because, having Justin Fields in the pocket showcasing his biggest weaknesses is not really a good offensive idea for a coordinator.
No. Terrible. Terrible. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
But I like it. Creativity. Let's get creativity, Neil.
Let's
That's
get
what I'm
creativity. Let's
Yeah.
get something great. Everybody have a great day. Do you do a post game, Paul?
Hell yeah, I do, Neil. You're damn straight we do. I'm excited. We'll get. Hey, we're gonna celebrate. Get the champagne ready, baby. First win of the season today.
Today we get a couple beers. We went 2 in a row. Maybe we'll break out a little nice thing. We get 3 in a row. Then we break out something. Then we do something.
Yeah.
But and you know what? Oh, Bart Scott.
Yeah.
What do you? To me.
Yeah.
Paul,
Sure. Yeah.
When I'm listening to the analysis about the Jets, and I listen to football talk, especially on the defensive side of the ball, is there anybody better than Bart Scott?
No, Bart Scott bleeds green, and he's
He
the
could be
mad
a
backer,
defensive
baby.
coordinator.
Yeah, of course he could. I'm surprised he, quite frankly, hasn't. He's preferred the media stuff, which TV, radio makes sense, I guess. But I love Bart Scott, baby. Bart Scott's the freaking best. The mad backer. Yeah. He also works for the Jets. He does some of their pregame coverage, which I saw their pregame CBS show that comes on at night. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Up next, Alon joins us here on this show. Alon, my brother from another mother. What's cracking?
I gotta take you to task, but I'm gonna wait that for a second.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Tell Neil his name is Heiz Mendoza. Heiz Mendoza.
Heiz Mendoza. I got to get the proper pronunciation there.
Heiz Mendoza. Okay.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, nice.
So I like you, Paul.
Oh, thank
okay?
you. Thanks, Alon.
But you made a comment that nearly had me throw my computer out the window. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
You said the Jets could build momentum at 1-6.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
What?
Yeah, because like they could go 11-6 if they just
Paul, you can't
rip off.
Paul, you said a lot of crazy things.
Yeah,
that might be one of them. Paul, this season is over. It's over. I want this team to go 0-17. 0-17.
Oh God, no.
Yes, I want them to completely bottom out.
Good
Make
Lord.
the job attractive to a young offensive mind, and he can pick his new quarterback. Okay,
but AG is going to pick his new quarterback,
4
and then he's going to lead us to the promised
5-12
land.
Meaningless wins in December mean shit.
They could lead towards next year.
I never thought I would agree with Mr. Fulton. But you know what? He's going to see winning teams.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
He went to see Heiz Mendoza yesterday.
He did in person, yeah.
But Paul, off topic on that.
Sure, yeah.
Indiana was a 26.5 point favorite yesterday. Okay. They were up 28 with a minute to go.
Yeah.
And Michigan State kicked a field goal. Can you explain that to me?
I watched what was it? Me and my father went to that was another Syracuse Notre Dame game. I didn't even think about that. We went to Syracuse Notre Dame at Yankee Stadium. Well, that was quite a trip. And Notre Dame beat the shit out of Syracuse, of course. And then at the end, Dino did the same thing. They were losing, and the spread, and just the fact that you had 0 points on the board, like all of it was embarrassing. But yeah, they went for the field goal too, and I think that field goal ended up getting blocked.
There should not be an investigation on that.
There definitely should be. All of that stuff is weird to me. I don't I don't know. That's very off-putting.
I'm just going to say that. Okay. Finally, when we talk about the trade deadline,
yes,
my biggest worry is that Brees tears his ACL today.
Jesus Christ.
And all the momentum of trading him goes out the window. He should be gone. Quincy should be gone. If John Simpson doesn't resign, he should be gone. I would wait till the offseason to trade Quinnen unless a team blows us away. Again, all these impending free agents should be gone. And your father said $8 million for Brees. There is no way in the world that Brees resigns here for $8 million. No chance.
How much do you think he gets on the open market?
I think he'll get double digits.
Damn. Okay.
And I don't think you know what? Here's a crazy thought. I think he will take less money to leave. Yes. He's a Nebraska kid.
Yes. Yep.
He grew up a Bears fan. He would love to play in Ben Johnson's offense. They need a running back. You do not think he would want to go there?
Hey, Swifty didn't look too bad the other night.
He does not. He's not a Swifty guy. Okay. Trust me. Soon Travis Kelce won't be a Swifty guy too. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. He'll follow your path. He'll wait till 2000 and never to get married. Okay. Okay. Breece Hall is not coming back here. Why wait? Deal him. And you say a 4th or a 5th round pick.
Yeah, that's what kind of
you find running backs in the NFL draft in the 4th and 5th round. I understand the Jets can't draft past the 2nd round.
Wow.
But you can find running backs in the 4th, 5th round. Kyron Williams was a day 3 pick.
Sure.
Bucky Irving was a day 3 pick.
It's a good.
I understand the Jets can't pick past day 1 or maybe early day 2, but you can find guys. As far as our running back position going forward, if you want to get a new running back, you can restart the clock, let Breece walk, get an asset, and find a running back that way. There's no reason to bring him back. And honestly, I know what he said in front of the media.
I'm a New York Jet. I want to be a New York Jet.
Paul, he doesn't want to come back.
He said it. He said it at the podium.
He can say all he wants. You listen to him during the post game. You see his mannerisms. Okay. It's like you getting asked about getting married, even though you said maybe one day. I see your face. You have no desire. Okay. Tatiana is living a dream there. That's not happening. Okay. It's not. Okay. If she wants to get married, she might need to find somebody else because it's not going to be you, Paul. Okay. So this is the same thing with Breece. Breece wants to win. Breece wants to be successful. 2 things that will not happen if he ends up staying with the Jets. Okay. I know I'm harsh this morning. Yeah. My Hawkeyes somehow, some way won last night.
That was impressive.
It was not impressive. That coach should be fired, but that's another story. Okay. When you're up 10-7, you try a 66-yard field goal before the half and it gets blocked and it gets returned for a touchdown. You deserve to lose. But again, Penn State sucks now. Okay. Heis Mendoza. Remember, Heis Mendoza. 0-17 Jets will sound so good. Okay. I don't want to see meaningless bullshit wins in November and December. I want this team to completely bottom out. And we can send Glenn packing and we can find a young offensive mind who has a quarterback in mind in the draft and start anew. Okay. Paul?
But hey, when we win today, though, meaningless games in October, then
1-6 building block. Okay.
See,
Paul, God bless you. You are a great man. A little delusional. I guess you are the leader of the delusionals, but you're a great man. Okay. Have a good one, sir. Again, tell Tatiana it's not happening. It's not happening. Have a good one, man.
Good Lord. I love Tatiana. What a beautiful, she's a beautiful woman, a beautiful mother to my children. Salute to Tatiana. She is going to be patiently waiting to go out to the diner today. Well, we did not go last week, so she'll be patiently waiting to go. All right, let's go back to the phone line. It's EZ here on the show. What's up, EZ?
That 0-7. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yikes.
0-17. The only sad part is it could happen, but I doubt it.
I hope not.
There's only been 2 teams in the entire history of the NFL that went 0.
Yep. Cleveland and Detroit. Yep.
That's
Detroit 2008 and Cleveland was like in 2016-ish.
Yeah, that's the only time. So the odds are kind of against the Jets going 0.
They are. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but which is a good thing because listen.
Okay.
Say what you will about the players and everything, and then maybe they're not living up. No player wants to be on a donut team.
Yeah,
no
right. Of course,
player wants to be on that team.
Yeah.
Nobody. Believe me. Even if it means they get the second pick instead of the first pick, they'll take the win just to keep from having an offer on their name.
Right. That's a
nobody
stain.
wants the offer. It's a stain.
Right.
It really is.
Mhm.
It's a stain. So as much as I understand, I think what Elon is saying is he just wants it so bad that we can start fresh with the number 1 pick. I think that's what he really means. He's afraid that they'll win like a couple of years back when we beat the Rams and
yeah,
like,
Rams
oh my
and
God, what'd
Cleveland
you do
back
that?
to
Yeah,
back.
Yeah. So, that shit. I think that's what he's worried about. That we'll be in prime situation to get the guy, and then we won't get the guy. Or, as far as I'm concerned, I don't trust these guys to pick a quarterback. I don't trust the Jets to pick a quarterback. The only quarterback they ever picked that was worth a shit was Joe Namath. And the second guy they picked that was worth a shit was Chad Pennington.
I love Chad. One of my favorites.
Every other homegrown Jets quarterback has been, oh shit, my guy, Kenny O'Brien.
Yeah, Kenny O, 1983. Yes.
And people bitched about that. People are still bitching. We should have taken Marino. Marino would have gotten his ass handed to him on that team.
Yeah.
Kenny O'Brien was one of these, lunch pail, hard-nosed kids.
Sure.
Man, you go and watch some highlights of the 80s with Kenny O'Brien throwing passes to these guys, Wesley Walker.
Sure.
I don't even know if Al Toon was on the team back then.
He was, for sure. 100% he was, yeah.
I mean, Kenny O'Brien was the real deal. He went to 2 Pro Bowls. Yeah. So don't ever fucking bitch about Kenny O'Brien.
And what about Sanchez, baby? Mark Sanchez.
Sanchez couldn't hold freaking Kenny O'Brien's helmet and shoulder pads walking to the locker room. Now Mark was good. Mark was limited. Mark was good.
Yeah.
But Kenny O'Brien, man, him and Marino changed the NFL.
Yeah. Not enough people give love to Kenny O. Kenny O deserves more love.
And even that, Kenny O never threw for 4,000 yards. Only name.
Oh, right. Because, obviously only Namath did. Yeah. That's crazy.
Name it in a 14-game season.
Yep, 1967.
In a run-heavy league. I mean, it's
unbelievable.
Joe is just people say, why is he in the Hall of Fame? He threw more interceptions than touchdowns? Yeah, he did. But guess what? Joe went for it.
Yeah.
Why are some of these quarterbacks that have a lot of interceptions, like, what are you gonna say, Brett Favre was bad because he threw a shit ton of interceptions? Brett Favre was great. Brett Favre had 1 interception in his entire career. I'm sure he would want back, and that was in the playoff game when he was playing for the Vikings. That's the one pass that I guarantee you he says I probably shouldn't have thrown that ball. Because they would have won.
By the way, speaking of old Sanchez here, speaking of Sanchez, here you go. There's a connection between Sanchez and the current Jets. Let's show this up on the screen, baby. Look at this. Justin Fields has not thrown a pick yet this season in 123 attempts. It's the longest interception-free streak by a Jets quarterback to start a season since Mark Sanchez in 2010. That year, he began with 149 straight attempts without throwing a pick. So Justin Fields is getting in Sanchez territory, baby.
The difference is Sanchez was winning games.
That's true. He was winning a lot of games, actually, in that season. The Jets went 11-5 that year. Yeah.
But that's because we had a Rex Ryan defense.
Yeah, that's true.
And a solid running game. Who was the offensive line with Rex? Didn't we have the Brickashaw Ferguson, and we had
Brandon Moore, we had Alan Faneca, we had Damian Woody, Yeah.
I mean, we had bona fide studs, man.
100%.
I'm sorry, this fly is gonna meet his maker.
Okay,
got his
great.
ass.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
nice.
I missed him. Got him halfway.
Yeah,
anyway,
okay. Oh, you missed him?
I'm watching.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll get him later.
Okay.
So we're playing Carolina, so I get to watch it from the comfort of my 65-inch in the TV.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, local.
Room.
That'll be the Panthers game. Right. Mm-hmm.
I'll go to the supermarket. The supermarket around here is called Food Lion, and they have
Food Lion.
And they have a chicken wing bar now.
Oh wow! Oh cool. You gonna hit that up?
Yep. I'm gonna go hit the chicken wing bar.
Nice.
And sometimes they have the fried chicken tenders, and I'll put a little bit of pizza sauce over them and a little mozzarella. Here, I'll show you.
Oh wow!
I got some.
Yeah.
Wait.
Whoop, okay.
This for the Chef Kev fans.
Okay, yeah, nice.
You got some Food Line pizza sauce.
Oh, nice.
Put that on top of the chicken with a little bit of mozzarella cheese, and I got the real mozzarella, the long one that's cut into the slices.
Yeah.
I got that stuff. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Nice.
I might
what
go
kind
get
of
some
wings do you get?
I like the buffalo wings.
Ooh, okay.
I think they don't make them hot. They make them like a medium to a mild to medium wing.
Oh, okay.
It's good. And then sometimes I get the honey ones or the I don't like teriyaki. It's too salty.
Yeah.
But
anyway. Ted gives a shout out to Publix tenders. I miss Publix when I used to live down south. Publix.
We just got Publix down here in North Carolina. We got a bunch of stores opening up. They're great. I love Publix because they got the boar's head meat.
Yeah, the great subs. Oh, terrific.
Oh, well, we have Harris Teeter. They make great subs. They have like sub specials.
Oh, I've never had that one.
Everyone's going to be getting hungry. Yeah, you can get like a nice.
I'm starving right now. Going through all this.
You can get a full sub for $6.
Oh,
you get a full size sub on special. You can get a $6.99 full sub.
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
What kind of food are you getting, Indy? What are you getting, Foodie?
Come on. Who's that, Indy? Oh, hey,
yeah,
Indy.
Yeah, Indy. What kind of food's happening? Yeah, what's the food, man?
So what's the big local cuisine in Indianapolis? The one that your state's known for?
There's really not much that Indiana's known for anymore. It used to be basketball. The IU Purdue thing.
Indy 500.
And we got the Indy 500, the Brickyard. Don't forget about the Brickyard.
Yep.
Sure.
The Brickyard.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got the Pacers. When the Pacers beat the Knicks, that's always a win for the state.
Let me tell you,
where'd Scotty go?
Story
Scotty
about
has disappeared.
Me and my
since
sister.
Yeah.
My sister and I were watching that Knicks Pacers game with like 10 seconds left in the game. My mom and dad go, Clark, get upstairs right now. It's dinner time. I'm like, but the game, then get your ass upstairs. So we turn off the TV. We go upstairs. We come back downstairs. How'd they lose? They were up by 8.
I know. Yeah.
But Reggie Miller went off. I got to give my credit to Reggie Miller. He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. I mean,
I want to say, I don't have a whole lot of time here.
No, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
I saw one of the greatest comments in the chat here just a few minutes ago.
One of the greatest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That Alon is the Michael Clemens of the call-ins.
There's something to be said there.
Yeah, he can't set the edge.
And just his simple rebuttal, the rebuttal to that is this. He wants to, it's so simple to just find a young offensive-minded coach to take on the Jets. That's what he said. It's simple.
You're just pulling out of my ass. Come on.
It's so simple that if that's simple to replace the coaching with a young offensive mind that's going to be successful, then why not just turn Justin Fields around? He's already here. I mean, if everything is so simple, to just get an offensive-minded coach, because that's one of the easiest things to do in the NFL. Well, why not just turn the team around with the players you have? Seems like a lot.
As far as I'm concerned, the worst thing that happened to the Jets in the last 10 years was when Coach Knapp got hit by that car and died, because that completely destroyed any chance we ever had of turning Zach Wilson into an NFL quarterback. Because unfortunately for Zach, the direction he's gone is bad. But at that particular moment in time, he was raw clay that could have been molded with a sharp mind into something good, because he has the skills. It's just nothing between the ears but bone.
Yeah. And so anyway, I just, and then I heard him say something about, you and Tati not getting, I don't know. Is it time to part ways? Did he say something about, time to part ways with,
if she wants to get married, he said she has to leave.
Right. Yeah. Because, some people just don't understand,
I have a suggestion at next year's
I just don't
meetup.
get it.
At next year's meetup,
okay,
we're going to get you a justice of the peace.
Wow.
And
are you going to be there, Easy? Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be there next year. I will. I'll because what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan on and get everything set up.
Oh, nice.
Everything's going to knock.
Sweet.
So what we should do is at the very least,
Woody should just be an ordained minister, and then just let Woody do it.
Actually, Indy, did you know that Woody apparently is an ordained minister?
Oh, well, there we go.
He gave me that surprise when I was talking to him about something. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, an ordained minister.
So he's already in place.
That's true.
It's
Right.
already in
And if
place.
you're afraid of a full-fledged marriage, we could bring a druid priest and have you tie the knot with hand fasting.
Oh, nice.
Have you ever heard of that?
Okay. I have not.
The old
no.
That's where they get the phrase tying the knot. It's the druid priest. Would you put your hands together? I did this with an ex-girlfriend of mine years ago.
Oh,
they take a ribbon and they wrap it around and they tie it, and it's like a druid wedding.
Okay. Well,
and then and then you'll have a Jewish American princess.
Okay. Wow. Easy, very colorful. Appreciate
Which
that.
happens first, BG? Getting a washer and dryer or getting married?
Let's put that up as a poll. Let's see what the poll results are.
They have a new washing machine. It costs about $15,000. It's a one-piece unit. You put your clothes in it. It plugs into a 110 volt. You don't need dryer vents. It washes the clothes, and then it automatically, after the wash is done, drains it out, and then it dries it in the same barrel.
Wow.
They're expensive, but
I
they're
have
great.
that I have that in my camper. It's a washer dryer unit that's
you don't have to take it out of the washer and put it into the dryer. It just stays in there.
Right.
It's a one-piece unit. Does the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. Instead of memberships for the next emoji, we should just do a drive for BG.
That reminds me. Philly Noodles emoji should be some kind of a ramen bowl.
Okay.
With figured out how to make it look like a Philly cheesesteak in a ramen bowl.
That
would
sounds
be
disgusting,
perfect.
but we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Almost like the Easy.
Yeah. The Easy. Hey, I heard the Easy was off the chain.
It was delicious.
I
have a picture of it in my phone.
Well, at least I was able to provide the idea and have Chef Kevin do that delicious ziti for you guys, because I bet that it made it. I bet it was like one of the hits of the tailgate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, was it? What was in it? Did he put sausage and beef in it? I mean, well, how did he? What was in his ziti?
I'm not sure. I'll have to wait for a Chef Kev call. He'll call on Wednesdays.
I think the hit of the tailgate was probably Hep. That might have been the number one as far as the tailgate. The
live Boy Green Daily.
The live Hep.
That
I
was
mean,
awesome.
you couldn't. I'm glad that you've went to the live version now. And when you go to your callers is Hep.
Yeah, that's cool to do that version of it. Yeah.
And then watching Chef do his magic. Actually, just not just the food, but just watching him how he could he's got 3 grills going at the same time, and one eyeball going this way and one going this way, and just watching everything, and that was kind of magical too. That's
Marty
that's
Feldman.
why he's a chef, and I just cook at home.
100%.
Yeah.
He was the best. Well, there's no better way to end it, boys. And let's go back to Hep. Easy, Indy, let's go Jets. Let's go get that win. Here's Hep.
We'll see you. You're doing your.
Fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Talking Jets football, man. Fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone, J-E-T-S, Jets. Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go!
And yes, to answer your question, Indy, as you were getting interrupted by Hep's beautiful singing, yes, we will have the watch party and live play-by-play analysis today, baby. So I'm looking forward to your halftime and other calls. Yes.
Yeah, because Philly and I will be headed up to a Dilworth's Grill. So anybody that's in the Charlotte area, come join us. I believe Mr. Terriman is going to be joining us today. He's making the drive into
cool.
Into Charlotte to come to come hang with us and watch the Jets game, and maybe we walk out of there with a win. And if that's the case, then we're just going to have to drag Terraman into that game, into the Dilworth every year or every game.
Hey,
So,
by the way, did I hear this correctly
yeah.
from Carolina people that Dilworth Bar is the same one that Tepper went in with the sign and flipped the guy's head off?
Absolutely. Yes. So the general manager of Dilworth is a huge Jets fan, and so they have a big sign out front, and he was putting all kinds of funny things against the Carolina Panthers and Tepper, and so it made the ESPN. Remember when he walked in and knocked the guy's hat off?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, that's the same bar that we go into,
hilarious.
And he loves that moment. There's some photos in there hanging up in the bar of when Tepper came in there and caught it all on security cameras, and all that. And it was great.
Great pub for the bar, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was actually national news, and in the sports world of how wacky he is.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a great bar, great people, great food. So everybody just come in there, and if you're anywhere close, you've got to go in and experience, the Charlotte Jets fan base that's in there. So yeah, absolutely. So we'll Philly and I and Dylan will be in there. This weekend is their big fundraiser also. So they do. They have a golf outing that, every game we do like a 50-50 raffle and all that, and it goes to the Marty Lyons Foundation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's great.
So
Marty
so
Lyons
they do some other things
foundations
this weekend. So this is their big fundraiser weekend. So anybody that wants to, if there is anybody that wants to get in on the 50-50 raffle, we can take care of it through Discord and and some other things that they have giveaways, all kinds of stuff that they do for this weekend for their big fundraiser. So
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, Indy, easy. You guys have a great one. Enjoy Jets game day, baby. It's going to be awesome. Let's freaking go. And as Philium says here in the chat, have a great game day coffee club. We will see you throughout today. Again, 5+ hours of live streaming content. Like the video, hit subscribe. JETS, Jets. One more time.
JETS, Jets.
Yes. Let's go.